There are so many different factors, but if you're not staying engaged with your pipeline consistently, whatever your consistency is, then yeah, you're going to lose people. You're not going to see results. What happens is you build this momentum up. You build this stockpile of a pipeline up that you're constantly going in and re-engaging with using our system to confirm and uncover things. And really what it is, the major piece that when you get at the end is allowing people to tell you exactly how to close them. That's like for me, it's one of the biggest pieces that when I understood this many, many years ago, is I can literally just ask someone a question and they can tell me, well, this is how you close me, Adam. And it's it feels like magic. It feels like you're putting a spell on somebody. But when you go through our system and you understand your 5 Ws, you understand what you're selling, you understand why you sell it, or why those people need you, like what they're lacking. You understand when they need something. You understand what motivation, who has motivation to buy. When you truly understand those things after you go through our system, you can ask very poignanted questions to someone to say, like, hey, when would you actually need this? You can literally just say, like, when would you actually need this? And they would say to you, when this thing happens, when that problem arises, when this opportunity comes about. And now they're telling you, well, this is how you close me. Right? And it's like, this is, and if it's a when, it's this is how you close me. If maybe it's like something that, what is it? We always talk about what do you sell? You don't sell a product or a service. Yes, you do. Don't get me wrong. You do sell a product or service, but that's not what people buy. They buy the emotion, they buy the feeling, they buy the experience they get after they buy your product. And if you can figure that out, if you can figure out what you sell, which is what we help you to do, and then you can start asking these questions. So let's just hypothetically say, what you sell is confidence that your website works, right? If that's what you're really selling, confidence in your website, you could ask somebody like, hey, Bob, what would you need to feel confident in your website? And they will then tell you, these are the things, and that's how you close them. Like, this is what I mean by getting people to tell you how to close them. If you ask questions based on what you already know, because that's what we do in our prospecting, that's what we do in the 5 Ws, we allow you to take a deep dive and figure out these people and figure out what you actually offer and why people buy it. And when you put those things together, the questions are simple, and that's what the whole thing, that's why we call it the simple selling system, because the questions become simple, and when you ask them at the right time, in the right way, people will be like, "Hey, Adam. Hey, Tom. This is how you close me." And it's effortless, right? That's the whole point of this.
Yeah, and that's why it was so important for us too to put in a component of understanding your own behaviors and the things that get in the way from you being able to listen to those reasons for when people need you, why people need you. Because when you're sabotaging yourself, and like you said, like people just want to get to the close and they just want to get the results. Their hyperachievers tend to kick in, and that's a sabotaging behavior that we go over in the program. And like you have to understand your own behaviors that are influencing your outcomes on the things that you're trying to accomplish, because you will get in your own way. You will not listen to the person. And if you can't listen or don't have the capability to really listen to what that person is saying so that you can use their words against them to sell them on closing and working with you, you're going to fail miserably. And that's why, like, when people come into the course and they're like, oh, what's all this stuff about sabotaging behaviors and limiting beliefs? Well, those are the core things that get in the way of you executing on the sales, right? My job as a coach is to do mindset and execution strategy and get you out of your own way. And it's so amazing when people recognize, "Holy cow, that's what I'm doing. I
Mhm.
can't do that anymore." And then they go and make a sale and they're like, "Hey, I did it." Well, you did it because you were aware of yourself and you did it. You were able to mitigate that intrusiveness of your sabotaging habit or your limiting belief, and you able to listen to truly what that person really needs, and you were able to identify your 5 Ws in that person, and it was much, much simpler to close the deal.
So if any of this conversation has resonated with you, I bashed into my mic. What you should do is get our free quick start course. Yes, it's free. You can go to Atomic Business Coaching /course, and you'll go right down and you can get the free 1 hour video course that goes through everything that we do absolutely free. So check that out, Atomic Business Coaching /course.